Have you noticed how easy love kind of feels boring? So when money is coming easily, when love is coming easily, it just feels like it's really unsafe. And then you kind of accidentally sabotage it or run it away because you're like, oh, this isn't love. This isn't chemistry. I don't feel great. What's happening here is your nervous system is actually wired for three different states. It's either wired for not enough, just enough, wired for more than enough. And in today's video, I'm going to teach you how, as a trauma informed coach and as someone that has a history of complex trauma, how I have rewired my nervous system to be able to receive easy love in whatever format you require it. First state, right, which is not enough. You are in a state of survival from the age of 0 to 7 when it was being created in the womb, in your family, etc. You learnt the message that there is just not enough love, so that there will only ever be crumbs. And then you've learned all these survival strategies of how to get love. So, in this first stage, not enough stage, your focus has to be on your nervous system regulation and coming out of survival mode. Survival mode is fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. When your body is going into a feeling of like chaos, of feeling present in the, not feeling safe in your body, not feeling safe in the present moment, your heart's racing and you're getting anxious and you're having all these thoughts, that is you in survival mode. And so your focus, if you are in not enough mode, that you need to calm down your nervous system so that you feel safe and enough in the present moment, regardless of what is happening outside of you. So, really great tools for this is somatic practices like things like breath work, tapping, shaking, and even just really simple things like coming into your body and being in the present moment to be like, oh, actually, I am safe right now in this moment. We've got all the stories of, oh no, but it's not enough because I don't have enough cash or I don't know have enough in love in this relationship. I'm always getting crumbs. Like that is the survival brain. It's scanning for the not enough. It's scanning for the scarcity. So when you are doing that, just become really aware I'm in a state of not enough. That is the voice I'm hearing in my head. My body is in a state of stress. How do I feel just safe in this present moment? Because that's the next stage, is actually just feeling safe with wherever you're at. People that start a healing journey, their work has to be coming out of survival mode, because as long as you're in survival mode, you're not going to be able to come up with the ideas, the thoughts to be able to give yourself more than enough. So give yourself more than enough love, give yourself more than enough money, give yourself more than enough whatever easy love you want to call in. Some of the crazy things I've done is that I have conquered this and I have felt safe, and then I have attracted more love into my life, my soulmate husband. But then what happened was that then I went through an expansion, going for a higher goal. I got a new house, I got married, I built a business, and all these things. And then what happened was I'd expanded and I started to feel not enough again. So I'd started to come into survival mode. So even though you may have been healing for a long time and you've come up out of not enough, but you found yourself back into it, that's because you've sort of kicked off a survival program within your system. So it's not like it's 1, 2, 3 and you're done. You'll kind of come back and go through the process again. So just so you know, if it's happening and your mind is going, I'm not enough, or it's not enough, there is not enough, that you've gone into survival mode. I really wish someone had taught me that. I've been healing for a really long time. I'd figured so many things out. I got courses and programs, yet I was just in survival mode because of the way I was running my life. It was bringing up some other issues. I have a nervous system guide for you. If you just put in emotional mastery in the comments, I'll send it to you. It's totally free and it will teach you how to regulate your nervous system. The next stage is just enough. So this is a stage that I've recently been playing around with, where like I will just have enough for my bills. I will just have enough for, even if I have like work on the house or anything like that, there's always just enough, but there hasn't been the overflow, because where I have healed and changed and evolved, and I am safe now emotionally and safe in the present moment, my nervous system is no longer in survival mode. But what was happening instead was that basically it was like my body and my inner child and all these parts of me had got really comfortable with being safe and being at a certain level. And that actually my desire for more than enough was making it very uncomfortable, and it didn't want to go into that because that's like giving you a dysregulation. So I see this a lot with clients. I've been helping people for 5.5 years where they will do some healing and they've created some safety in their body, but to go to their next level, it doesn't feel very safe. It really requires a lot of courage. It really requires being in the unknown, not really knowing how things are going to work out. And then they kind of stop themselves because they're like, oh, I actually quite like this safety and I don't really want to come out of it. And what happens is that safety of just enough, oh, this is better than before, becomes a cage. And actually, you are stopping your potential, you're stopping your growth. You are starting to feel frustrated when you are starting to feel like, oh my God, I really want more. And you're having this battle with yourself of like, I want more, but I want the safety. I want more, I want the safety. Then this is a sign that it is time for you to really work on expanding your nervous system to raise your standards for having more, whatever that looks like. That's the jump from stage 2 to stage 3. Coming out of just enough to more than enough, you have to change your belief systems. So all the stories that you've been told by society, by culture, by your families about what is possible for you and the higher standard of life that you would like, that is a mind belief thing. And that's something that you have to work on. The other thing is that you can have this almost pull to stay safe, right? Oh, I'll just stay in that job, or I'll just stay in that relationship, or I'll just stay in the thing. And even though you're frustrated because it doesn't feel good anymore and it's feeling a bit cagey, I've been married for 7 years and to an amazing man, and it's wonderful. And basically, but what I realized was I started to get frustrated by some of our patterns. I just started to be frustrated about the dynamic where we were living and things like that. But it was safe. It was great. It was the first safe home I've ever had. It's way better than the childhood that I had. But I could feel the frustration. I could feel the longing for something else. And what I had to do is have really serious conversations with my husband. And he had to have serious conversations with me about what our next level looks like. We've been floating around on just enough. And actually, what do we want to create in our next chapter together? Being really honest and being about what we truly desire and not letting the stories of what is possible hold us back. When you start to do that, you start to be really clear about what it is level that you want to go on. So just enough to more than enough. And then you are going to, just like at the beginning with when you're coming out of survival mode to just enough, that you are working on your nervous system and regulation. But as you come out of just enough to more than enough, is you are actually going, okay, I actually am going to be envisioning more expansion. And when that feels unsafe in the body, to basically do regulation so that you can actually take action to come from just enough to more than enough. Just enough is your current baseline of receiving, but when you want to be receiving more, you're coming out of your baseline of receiving, which feels very, very unsafe. And basically, you're coming out of your baseline of receiving. So let's just say you are deciding to quit your corporate job and you are going to go full time following your passion. So that's going to feel really unsafe because you've built a whole career, you've had to make money that way. It's the whole thing. And now you're going to go and raise your standard and you're going to be like, no, I want to be really fulfilled in my job. This actually happened to me. And I'm going to go do the thing. Now, if you don't take care of your nervous system as it's going from one thing to the other thing, it will sabotage you. It will get you into survival mode and you won't be able to actually make a success of that thing. So you have to be aligned and take care of your nervous system. But you are in the unknown now. So you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what the action steps are going to be. You don't know how it's all going to come together. You don't know how you're going to have the more than enough. When we're going into more than enough, we are going into the energy of our soul. We are going into higher vibrations as well in the David Hawkins scale. When we are just enough, we've been hustle kind of culture. And when we're going for higher levels of abundance and love and raising the standards for what we want in our lives, which feels really unsafe to the body because it's unfamiliar. It's unfamiliar to have more money. It's unfamiliar to have more love. And it can feel unsafe and take you back into not enough. And what you have to do in that time is you have to make yourself safe, have a routine that supports you in the morning, check in with your energy throughout the day, and you have to take action in the unknown arena, but coming from a place of regulation, not coming from a place of survival. So I know when I quit my job and I went full time in my business, there was so much survival energy in me because I was like, shit, how am I going to make money? And that meant that the energy that was driving a lot of my actions was actually survival. So that always kept me on not just enough. I just got enough every single time. I had great results. I made six figures and all kinds of things. I'd always be just enough. Like I'd pay the bills, I'd do all the things, and it would just be enough. It wouldn't be enough for, I don't know, I want to go on a retreat or I want to have this really expansive experience. I didn't have enough for that. And I would be like, okay, I've got to work hard, I've got to hustle more, I've got to push more. The second thing, we're coming out of hustle and we're going into the soul and being soul aligned and things coming to you so easy. That third stage. And really you have to be able to access that. Nobody is going to have walked the path that you're about to walk, whether you're calling in love, whether you're calling in money, whether you're calling in clients, they haven't done it your way. And you have to be really present and calm within your own body so you can actually hear the intuitive hits that you need to do to follow to your next path that will take you to state of overflow. So that's where it kind of gets sticky. We've got these three different levels. So we've got when we're in survival, you're in lower vibration. When you are in that energy of, okay, I'm going to get just enough, you are higher vibration, but come out of shame and guilt. But it's a lot of frustration. There can be some jealousy, like competition, because you're like, oh my God, it's just always just enough. How am I not getting more? And then to go to higher levels of abundance, which means it's coming through ease, you have to raise those standards and you have to get your nervous system to be calm and still take action. So you take the action, you calm it down. You take the action, you calm it down. When you're doing this, when you're going for expansion, you're going for a higher standard of easy love, you are also going to have younger versions of you starting to show up. Like the 7-year-old that was like, love wasn't really easy. What are you doing? Oh my God, you're going to get in trouble because you already have so much and you're about to go get some more. Oh my God, if you do this, we're going to be seen by so many more people and that's just not safe and we'll get angry. So you have all these like different voices that start to come online because you're going for something bigger. And because you want to keep taking action, you want to keep walking the unknown path, you are going to have to deal with those nervous system challenges, the protective parts that are coming up, the inner child things that are coming up for you. I am doing this all in my Great Receiver event, which is on the 12th of February. If you comment receive, it's super cheap to join us. It's a workshop in my community. It ends with me. And we are going to go deeply into the receiving process so that you can go from just enough to more than enough. What I've learned over the 44 years of manifesting love, manifesting clients, manifesting awards, manifesting multi six figures in my business, I have learned the lesson of how is it easy and how is it hard? And how do we become the great receiver? And that's what we're going to be talking about in that workshop. We've got these three stages for right now in the sense of where are you? I'd love to hear in the comments where you are right now. Are you feeling not enough? Are you feeling like it's just enough? Or, tell us if you have got more than enough, like how that's feeling. And really noticing your nervous system. What is it wired into? Just enough. Like, which one is it wired into? Part of this fire horse energy, a part of this new chapter that we're all going into, how are you going to be aligning yourself so you can take the unknown action? You're going to really support yourself in the process of creating that unknown action because it takes courage and it takes bravery, but also forcing yourself and pushing yourself to create that will keep you stuck in just enough, or it will go down into not enough because it's a survival energy. And to be able to have expansion and ease, it's not a survival energy. It is an energy of power, it is an energy of worthiness, of safety, of higher vibration. And that's what actually will take you there. So come and join us in the live workshop, which is The Great Receiver on the 12th of February, and you can catch the replay if you just comment receive. And I will see you in the next video.